Hello everybody, I'm Faraz. I'm a teacher, artist, blogger, short writer. I've started a series of lessons on various topics related to English language. This time we are doing IELTS preparation and this is 7th class. We started with introduction and we are now at present doing writing skills, and this time we are doing detailed writings, detailed paragraph for an essay, and we'll also today in this class we'll also learn how to write conclusion for IELTS task 2. Right, we finished with task 1 and this time we are doing task 2. So thank you very much everybody for joining me. I'll give you 1 minute to join in and start sharing this video on your pages, groups, and you can take your friends to join also. And also please access PPT from classroom.google.com. I have written the code. I'll tell you the code and I'll request one of you to write the code also, 2BB74RW. I repeat, classroom.google.com 2BB74RW. That's the code today, and please share this video on all the relevant pages including Faraz Draw. I'll also, it'll take me 30 seconds and then access also. Thank you very much Manur, she has already written this on her comment. In her comments she has written. So all other people also who have joined me now, please access this now. And meanwhile, assalamu alaikum to everybody. Thanks for joining in. Do share this video on your pages so that everybody must join. Once you have done this, please write done in the comment box or yes in the comment box so that I should know you have done it and we can go ahead. Give me 1 second, give me 30 seconds. Let me just share this on some of the pages. Done. Good job. Okay. So some of you have already accessed it, so accessed, good. I'll wait for 2 more people to access and then we can continue with this. Right, okay everybody, so let's go straight away to our PPT and let's learn something about IELTS writing, and especially today we are doing details writing and conclusion writing also. So I welcome you all from wherever you are joining. I can see quite many people joining in. Afa Kirio is there, Barkat Nunari, Shazib Chachar, Manur, Fayaz, me Sahab. Thank you all for joining in for my live class. Okay, let's get going without any further delay. So just a quick recap of our previous class. In our previous class we talked about writing introductory paragraph, and we already learned how to write thesis statement. We did a practice for this class. For more, you can learn more about thesis writing separately on my Facebook page. I've done series of lessons on essay writing, and I've done exclusively 1 class on thesis writing also, writing thesis statement. So that will be quite helpful to you. This time we will talk about it, but for detail you'll have to go to those slides, and I'll soon upload on YouTube also. Do subscribe my YouTube channel, do share all these videos. Okay, right, so I'm on slide number 1 and it says IELTS class 7, writing task 2, writing a paragraph. Okay, we'll talk about how paragraph is written for IELTS preparation for IELTS task 2. But before we do that, there are 2 paragraphs that are given on slide number 2 and 3. So let's do on slide number 2. On slide number 2, please read this paragraph, and all that you need to do is to write what is the topic and what are details. That's your task now. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to read and tell me what's the topic. You just have to copy and paste or rewrite the topic in the comment box, and in the topic you need to tell me what is controlling idea, or what is it that details are about. Okay, and details are not always about the topic, it's what we say about the topic. Okay, so tell me what's the topic and what is it that we want to say about the topic, what he wants to say about the topic. So I'll read it for you. A computer is a useful tool for school. Computer is a useful tool for school work. So what's the topic and what's the controlling idea? What's the topic? What's the controlling idea? Topic: uses of computer at home. Good. What's the controlling idea? A computer is useful. So it will talk about how useful this will be. Yes, there'll be an opinion about how useful this will be. Okay. Perfect. Good job. Good job. Well done. Okay, now how many details are there? What are the details? Number 1, computers make it easy to keep the notes. Keeping notes, 1. And 2, reference books on computers make it convenient for children to research, easy for research. Number 2, in addition, the internet makes research on any subject possible from the comfort of one's home. Research. 3rd, children can do all this work independently without asking their parents to take them to or buy expensive reference books. Work without library. So convenience, the last thing is convenience. So 4 ideas to support one idea that computer is useful. Okay, fair enough. Now let's go to slide number 3. Tell me the topic and controlling idea. Okay, good, 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 good. I'm still waiting for you to tell me on slide number 3 what's the topic and what's the attitude, what's the controlling idea, and I read sentence for you. It's difficult to find out which programs are on TV at any given time. Slide number 3. Yes, it's difficult to find out which programs are on TV at any given time. It isn't difficult. So what is the difficult to find which programs are on TV at any given time? That's right, but what's the keyword in this entire sentence? What's the controlling idea, Dharti? That's what you have to tell me. In the sentence, it isn't difficult to find out which programs are on TV at any given time. So what is it that we'll be talking about? Is it about TV? Is it about programs? Is it about time? What is paragraph going to be about? Right, so in other sentences, we'll write about its lack of difficulty in finding TV programs. Okay, so there'll be evidence that how it's easy to find TV programs. Okay, so it isn't difficult is the key phrase. Isn't difficult. Okay, isn't difficult is we'll not talk about time, and the details are most newspaper. It's time. It's not time, it's the easiness. It isn't difficult. So that's what we are going to talk about, how it's easy. Like newspapers publish a schedule of TV programs every day. We are not talking about time. Also, anyone who also watches TV regularly knows which programs she likes and which she doesn't. People know it already. Number 2. Number 3, she knows what kinds of programs each different channels tend to have. People know the channels and their programs. It's easy for everyone to avoid violent programs if they want to. So easiness of finding programs of relevance, that's what is. No, we are not talking about time. Okay, so we won't talk about time. Time is just an additional information, or it's additional. So in this paragraph we'll talk about how it's easy. Like it's easy to know it from TV. You know it from your daily schedule because you watch them. Number 3, you control them because you're familiar with them. So that's what it says. Okay, so now let's sum up what detailed paragraphs are. Number 1, they always contain a topic sentence. Okay, and a topic sentence is a sentence that contains the main idea, the key idea, and with that key idea there is a controlling idea, like the idea on which the rest of the details are based. So all the details are linked with that main idea. So that's what topic sentence is. And then you have at least 3 or 4 ideas to support your main idea. Okay, that's what detailed paragraphs are. Okay, right. So right now we were talking about detailed paragraphs and we were analyzing a paragraph. We were trying to separate topic sentence and controlling idea and supporting details, these 3 things. So that's what we just finished. Now let's talk about conclusion paragraph. In the beginning we talked about every topic has every essay has introduction, body and conclusion. Body is what we just talked about, and now we are talking about conclusion, right? So always remember to write your conclusion for every essay. If you miss it out, you lose your points, you lose your score. Okay, and what is conclusion? Conclusion is that appears in the end. Okay, and it concludes, it wind ups the paragraph, and it typically does some of these things that I'll tell you. A good essay has a good conclusion. So if you develop well, you conclude well also. Okay, and it supports your thesis statement. You said something in the introductory paragraph and your conclusion supports the same idea. Like for example, if you say television is harmful, your conclusion would also say television is harmful, but in number of ways. Okay, or for example, old houses are good. If that's your thesis statement, then in conclusion you do not deviate from that point. You restate that, you said it again, and there are a number of ways through which you can say it. You don't only have to restate, there are a few other ways of doing that as well. Okay, so whenever you write your conclusion, go back to your first paragraph. Okay, go back to your introductory paragraph. Whenever you write conclusion of your essay, it's important you must look at your introductory paragraph, especially what's your thesis statement. Okay, what is it that you establish in the beginning? For example, if you said in the beginning drawing can be a wonderful hobby, if that's what your thesis statement, if that's the idea that you want to say, in conclusion you would not say drawing isn't an interesting hobby. You have to say something which is aligned, which is linked, which is connected, which is relevant with your thesis statement. If you said in the beginning painting is a wonderful hobby, you can say the same thing in different words. Painting is something that makes you happy. What you're saying is related to the main idea that you said in the beginning. Okay, it supports your thesis. So in other words, your conclusion supports your thesis. Okay, it returns to the idea you presented in your introduction, what you said in the beginning, and if you read the end, you can see there is relevance. Okay, you can see they are connected, they are linked, they are same thing. He's not saying something which is different, which is not connected, which is not linked. Okay, and last thing, it uses ideas to conclude with. Now there are some of these are some of the things that you can do in conclusion. Number one, summary. And what summary? You say the same thing again in 2-3 sentences. Okay, so number one is summary. What is number two? What is number two? Generalization. So on the basis of painting, for example, if you say drawing is a wonderful hobby, you can generalize there are so many hobbies, painting is one of them. That's generalizing. Or you can also say more and more people are engaging in drawings because it's a wonderful hobby, right? Or as I gave example in the beginning, TV, all parents' houses are helpful. You say all parent houses can have number of benefits. That's generalization. Okay, so from specific you expand your topic. Exactly, that's right, Mujahid. It has to be about the topic. Good. Yes, that's right. That's right. And you predict something. Like you say, on the basis of what you say, you talk about your future. For example, painting is a wonderful hobby, and what can you predict about it? You can predict there are more people engaging in this hobby. Okay. And about the paragraphs that we are writing about composing of old parents house, you can predict that looking at the number of old houses opening, we can see there is more acceptance for these kind of houses. So that's prediction. That's what you think of future. You ask a question as well. For example, painting is a wonderful hobby is your thesis. Your question can be roughly like this: if painting couldn't give you couldn't generate interest, what else could? Something like that. Something like that. Okay. Or old parents' house that we are talking about, you can say, why making their lives difficult by putting them at home where there is nobody to take care of them? That can be a question for old parents' houses. Or you can give recommendations as well, like you suggest people. For example, the topic that we are thinking of, paintings, you can give recommendations. Doing painting can be a wonderful way to cope up with the lockdown situation. That's your recommendation. That's what you suggest. Or you should already book your space for old parents' house because there might be difficulty in finding them. Okay? A restatement is you say the same, ditto. It's copy. It's a paraphrase of one idea. Generalization, like you expand its scope. If you talk about like it's let me think what's generalization. Like on the basis of that, you try to make a statement for which you haven't actually given lots of details, but it still might be acceptable. For example, like I gave example of paintings, generalization. Painting is, there is more room for paintings to be acceptable. Now you didn't say anything in the beginning, but you said that it's important, and then you said there is more acceptance for it, right? Something like that. Or restatement is just you say the same thing. Paintings or drawings is an important hobby. Drawing can be an interesting hobby. So important, interesting, you change the words. Okay. Okay, so let me repeat what I said about conclusion paragraph. Okay. And number one, it doesn't have to be really long and lengthy. 4 sentences can be quite enough for IELTS writing. So okay, so good conclusion is necessary, and what it does, it supports your thesis statement, your main idea. Okay. And it reminds the reader, it tells the reader what you said in the beginning. If you support something, you support something in first paragraph, you support the same thing in the last paragraph. If you negate something in the first paragraph, you negate the same thing in the second paragraph. Okay. If you think there are advantages of something, you say there are advantages of something in the last paragraph. So you do not on the main topic. Okay. So, and there are typically a few ways of doing it. You write summary, you say the same thing again, like which is restatement of something. Generalization, you extend the scope of something. You predict something, say something about the future of the topic that you talked about. You ask question, and you suggest something. So these are some things that you can do in concluding paragraph. Okay, clear? Give me thumbs up if it's clear. I'll see 10 thumbs up, I'll move on. Okay, okay, I can see just one thumbs up. So sad. Only Shakur has given me thumbs up. Okay, now I see a few. Okay, now I'll give you exercise to do. Okay, what you'll do now, there are 5 paragraphs, and in these 5 paragraphs you will read each one of them, and I thank you very much everybody, and you'll tell me what category you'll put these paragraphs, whether these are summaries, generalization, prediction, question, or recommendation. Okay, read paragraphs and tell me. Let's go to slide number 5 now. Let's go to slide number 5 and let's read it. I'll read this paragraph for you and you'll tell me its summary, recommendation, generalization, question, okay, prediction. These 5 things. The restatement and summary are same thing. So should I read? Ready everybody? Let's go. We each have our, these are all concluding paragraphs, okay, just to tell you, these all are concluding paragraphs. We each have our own idea about what is too violent and what isn't. It would be difficult to make laws about violence on TV that would satisfy everybody. It is better to let each individual make his or her own choice about what to watch. Those who do not have access to PPT, don't worry, listen to me carefully, you can still do it, okay? Just don't run away from classes, okay? Right everybody, I repeat, we each have our own ideas about what is too violent and what isn't. It would be difficult to make laws about violence on TV that would satisfy everybody. It is better to let each individual make his or her own choice about what to watch. Perfect, Dorothy got it. It's recommendation. Good. I'll give 30 seconds to everybody else to read and tell. Recommendation. Good. Reread. We each have our own idea about what is too violent and what isn't. It would be difficult to make laws about violence on TV that would satisfy everybody. It is better to let individual make his or her own choice about what to watch. Recommendation. Good. Let's do number 2. I'll read number 2 paragraph and tell me if it is restatement, generalization, prediction, recommendation, or question. Okay, that's right, Fatma, you got it. Currently, there is a trend toward eating locally grown organic food, whether at house or in restaurants. If this trend continues, today's children will grow up to be healthier than adults are now, and disease may become a thing of the past. Number 2. What is number 2? I'll read again. Currently, there is a trend toward eating locally grown organic food, whether at house or in restaurants. If this trend continues, today's children will grow up to be healthier than adults are now, and chronic disease may become thing of the past. Number 2, prediction. Perfect. Good job. Let me read number 3 for you. Prediction. Good. Excellent. Superb. Superb. Good. 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 Number 3. If art museums are funded by public money, then everyone will have access to them. What would our world be like without any art? What would bring beauty into our lives and give us a greater understanding of who we are? Art museums are a valuable part of society. So what do you say about number 3? Kashaf Zera, please write the number that you're talking about. You're talking about 1 or 2. So 2 is this, 1 is this. Right now I'm reading 3. I'll read for you again. If art museums are funded by public money, then everyone will have access to them. What would our world be like without any art? What would bring beauty into our lives and give us a greater understanding of who we are? Art museums are a valuable part of society. Mir Saab, think again. Number 3 is question. Smart, intelligent, good. Okay, good, good, good. Question. Everybody, please don't forget to write the number that you're responding, okay? So Fatma, write 3 is number. 2 prediction. Good, Kashaf, perfect. I'll read number 4. Javed Baloch, okay, but do write the number, please. Number 4, I'm reading number 4 now. On the whole, people prefer watching family-oriented TV shows in the evenings. Dramas, mysteries, and police shows are better left for late at night when the children are asleep. I'll repeat number 4. On the whole, people prefer watching family-oriented TV shows in the evenings. Dramas, mysteries, and police shows are better left for late at night when the children are asleep. Number 4, recommendation. It's a restatement. It says something that doesn't give. It's a restatement. On the whole is a link that it's saying something related to what it already said, what he or she already said. On the whole, people prefer watching family-oriented TV shows in the evenings. Dramas, mysteries, and police shows are better left for late at night when the children are asleep. It's a restatement. Let's do number 5. More and more computers are becoming a part of daily life, and people need to learn how to use them to their advantage. If children don't have enough experience with computers when they are young, they won't learn the skills they will need later in life. What's number 5? That's right, exactly, Mujahid, you got it. More and more computers are becoming a part of daily life, and people need to learn how to use them to their advantage. If children don't have enough experience with computers when they are young, they won't learn the skills they need later in life. So what's number 5? Generalization. That's right. Good. Number 5 is generalization. Number 5 is prediction. Generalization. Okay, it looks like prediction, but it's on the basis of one argument you develop another argument. So generalization is the right thing to say. Okay, so when you write your conclusion, you need to think in what category you'll be putting your conclusion. Okay, whether it's summary, recommendation, a restatement, prediction, or question. Okay, so if you make up your mind, the sentence will be more well connected. Okay, clear? He's not telling something, he is suggesting what might happen. So when we suggest what might happen, that's what we say, that's when we say it's generalizing. Okay, so recommendation is telling people to do something, generalizing is to telling people this can happen. Okay, so he's not telling, he's telling what might happen, what could happen. So that's generalization. Okay, now let's go to slide number 7, everybody. If you don't have access to slide, don't worry, I'll tell you what's on slide, but I'll repeat. If you don't have it, access it from classroom.google.com, and the code is 2BB74RW. Okay, but don't worry about it, I'll try to make clear to you without this help. Right, now this is what till now we talked about: introductory paragraph, okay, then we talked about detailed paragraph, and then we talked about conclusion paragraph. Okay, so we completed the structure of paragraphs in essay writing. Now that's not the only thing which is assessed. It's not how well you write your introduction, how well you write conclusion, and how well connected you write a conclusion. It's really important. There are a few other steps as well. One of them is you should have range of vocabulary, you should have words, lexical resources. Okay, so from now, for today's class, we'll talk about lexical resources, we'll talk about vocabulary, which is important. Now remember one thing, everybody, when we talk of vocabulary, it doesn't mean the words which are new, which are difficult, okay, which are high sounding, which are bombastic. No, that's not what the meaning of vocabulary is. The vocabulary, you can have an ordinary vocabulary to your best use. What you need to do is don't use one word very often. That's one thing you should remember. For example, if you want to add something, if you have said in addition, don't say in addition again, say additionally, different word. Or you say moreover. So you think of substitute words instead of repeating vocabulary. So you'll get full marks for lexical resources, you'll get full marks for using vocabulary. But in this section, I'll suggest you some words, I'll give you some words, and then we'll do a bit of a practice as well for using them. Okay, so when we give opinion, these are some of the words which we'll use for giving opinion. Okay, and what are those words? Words are in my opinion, from my point of view, in my view, to my way of thinking, it seems to me that, to me, it is my opinion. Okay, these are phrases that you do. Kashaf, please go to classroom, www.classroom.com. It will ask you for the code, and the code is 2BB74W. Use this code and access PPT, okay? If not, then just focus what I'm talking about now. You can do it. So these are the words that you use for expressing your opinion, and I repeat, in my opinion, from my point of view, in my view, to my way of thinking, to my mind, it seems to me that, to me, it's my opinion that, okay? Verbs, you can use agree, I agree, I believe, I think, I understand, suppose, case, hope, imagine. I'll repeat for you. Agree, believe, think, understand, suppose, guess, hope, imagine. Okay? And you can use adjectives. Certain, it's positive, it's convinced. Sure, it's persuaded. Confident, these are adjectives. I repeat, certain, positive, convinced, sure, persuaded, confident. Adverbs, definitely, doubtless, certainly, probably, conceivably, maybe, perhaps, possibly, seemingly. As much as I'm concerned, yes. As far as I'm concerned, definitely, doubtless, certainly, probably, conceivably, maybe, perhaps, possibly, seemingly. These are adverbs that you would use for stating opinion, okay, your opinion. And most often it's IELTS SS ask your opinion, you should have these words to use them, okay? Let's go to the next slide. On the next slide, there is exercise for you, okay? So what you'll do, you'll read the sentence and complete the second part. There is a topic given in the first sentence, and then we want what you think about this topic, okay? You don't have to restate the same thing, but whatever your idea is, say that. Number 1, violence on television is or is not very harmful for children. In my opinion, it is my opinion that, and then you say that. Use the phrase, it is my opinion that. It is my opinion that. We are on slide number 8, and sentence number 1, violence on television is or isn't very harmful for children. It is my opinion that I'll read the sentence, and then you have to complete the sentence by starting your sentence with it is my opinion that. And the sentence is, violence on television is or is not very harmful for children. It is my opinion that, and some of you have already done it. It is my opinion that television is very harmful for children. It's like saying the same thing, okay? So you have to say something additional, but yes, you got the idea. Sia, good job. It is my opinion that not all shows are harmful for children, however there may be. Good job. It is my opinion that violence is very harmful for children. Good. Let's do number 2 now. Parents should or should not monitor their children's computer use. In my view, complete your sentence. In my view, da da da. In my view, parents not concentrate on education. Okay. Parents should or should not monitor their children's computer use. In my opinion. In my opinion, women can do everything. Mujahid, we are on the topic. Let's talk on the topic. In my view, parents should know what their children are doing on computers. Good job, Fatma Omer. Done it brilliantly. Good job. Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay, one last sentence, and rest of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you should do it after a class is over. Write them in the box, in the comment box. Home cooked food is or is not better for the health of the family. I understand that yes, Sumaya, but this is like you say the same thing again. But yes, you have to use the phrase which you have done. Should view the screen of the children are doing. Okay. Let's do number 3. And number 3 is home cooked food is or is not better for the health of the family. Good job. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Good. Now let's do number 3. Home cooked food is better for health of the family. Okay. I understand that. Dharti got it. Good. Right, everybody, with this I understand that it's more nutritious. Okay, good job. I understand that health is on top priority, therefore okay, good, home cooked food is or should not. Right, everybody, thank you very much for your really active participation in the class today. I hope we learned something from this. I'll read your comments, keep writing it, and do solve this exercise on slide number 8. What we'll do now, we'll go for speaking practice. Okay, after every class we do speaking practice because we need to do speaking practice on regular basis. Okay, so I'll stop this class now, and I'll wait for you to join me for speaking practice. If anyone is interested to join, write to me in the comment box now or later, and I can come back after a few minutes. We'll do speaking practice now live. Okay, so do join me after 5 minutes for speaking practice. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye. Try to be regular, try things. It's going to be really helpful for you. Thanks for joining, everybody. Stay happy. Bye-bye. I'm coming back after 5 minutes. Bye-bye.